Hi everyone, it's Graham at Dent Detail. Today we are looking at this Bodyline dent on a brand new Tesla Model Y. This dent's super common, typical of another car door being opened up and hitting this. Something you'll find in car parks, too common, but something that happens a lot. We're going to show you how we remove this dent, how we get access to the back of the panel, the specialist tool we're going to use, and show you the process from start to finish. So I hope you enjoy the video. So let's take a look at the dent through the LED shop light. As always, we use the LED light to see all the details in the dent. It will show any sort of crowns or ripples anywhere around the damaged area, which sometimes you can't see with the naked eye. So that's how it looks under the light. It's quite deep, right bang centre in the middle of the body line. There's no major crowns above or below it, but there's a slight ripple just above it there that you can make out. Under, like we say, under naked eye, you won't see some of those details. So how are we going to get to the back of the dent? As we all know, Teslas are pretty difficult to access. You don't normally get them going down the window, so in this area we're going to go through the locking latch. We take out those 3 screws and we can get a specialist tool back underneath that. Because it's so close to the door handle, on the inside of that panel there's a load of extra bracing which you don't normally get in normal cars, so you can't get that down the window. So first we will take out these 3 torque screws. On some of the other Tesla models you can drop the locking latch inside to the down into the door, and you can fish it back out when you go to put it all back together. On these newer models the wiring's a little bit more tougher, so you can't bring it back into place as easily. So what you can do is tie a rope around the latch. When it's locked, you drop it in and you can use that to fish it back out. That's just a little tip. So you can see there, push the locking system inside to the door so we can use the tool to fish around that. Here you can see I'm just setting up a door prop and a rope ratchet. This is just to steady the door, so when we're pushing with a tool the door's not moving and opening, causing a bit of a problem. You'll see I'm just putting a polishing cloth on either end of the door prop. That's just to protect the inside of the door and the paintwork on the inside of the pillar. There's a closer look at that, so we don't mark any paint, don't cause any damage we don't need to. And then you can just about see that locking latch system there, which is out the way. So you'll see the tool in a second of what we're going to use. So this tool here, it's from PDR Finesse and is simply called the Tesla door tool. You'll notice the kick and the bend there. On the inside of the door, as we mentioned, there's some big heavy bracing. That bend in that tool is perfectly designed to go around the brace and then up to reach the body line. You'll notice the kick in the end of the tool. That's to put a bit of power on it so we can push that body line out. It's a perfect tool for the job. Here you can see I'm applying some tester tape to the edge of the locking latch panel. This is just to protect the paintwork. When we've got the tool in there, obviously it could cause some damage we don't need, so it's just a bit of a precaution. As the door is made of aluminium, we need this to be at a certain temperature. When you're repairing aluminium, you want it at around 29 degrees. So we've just got a heat gun set up on a stand with a claw arm, just to keep the heat aiming in the direction where we want the panel to move. You can see the tool's going up into the lock latch area now and fishing around that bracing. Once we've got it in the right place, we've got perfect leverage, we've got a really good view of where the dent is, and using that PDR Finesse tool you can you'll watch the dent come out. You'll see in a second of a closer look of the dent actually being repaired and pushed out from the inside. From my point of view here, I'm trying to work the outside into the centre of the body line to bring all the metal back to where it should be. Bodyline dents, they're harder to repair than sort of a dent that's on a flat open area. As you can imagine, there's 2 sheets of metal flowing into one sharp point, so naturally it's going to be a tougher to move. Here on the close-up, you can see I've just sped the video up a little bit. All the pushes that we're doing, trying to push up all the low spots. You can see here after the first round of pushing, we've got a couple of high spots, which is totally fine. We can knock them down. So what we're going to use first, we're going to look at using a peak tip. See, that one there is a little bit too broad, so we're going to change that for a finer tip. Now, these are one of my favourites. It's peak material. It's like a hard plastic. This domed version, it's got a really nice fine tip on it despite it looking quite broad, which will be great for knocking down these high spots. With the panel being aluminium, and with all aluminium repairs, you've got to put a bit more force behind the pushing part of the repair. Naturally, this may cause a few more high spots, but there's nothing that can't be knocked down. Sometimes you have to push it up in a certain area further than it needs to be just to get the metal moving. Especially being on a Bodyline, it's really stubborn, so there is a lot of back and forth in between pushing and knocking down. You'll notice that the heat gun is always on while we are doing the pushing work, and then turning it off when it comes back down to knocking down. Obviously, because the heat gun's on, it is naturally softening the paintwork, so if you're doing that warm, you can put little marks or divots in the paint. Now, something we don't really want to do. You can polish and flatten them down when the repair is done, but I just always turn the heat gun off to do this. You can see there's not much of the dent left now. A couple of high spots you can see through that light, but the majority of the dent is up and out. So what we're going to do now, because the high spots are getting minimal, we're going to swap out the knockdown tip to match that. What we're using here is a VIP polished dome tip. Now this is really fine, so this will just be taking off the heads of the high spots. Not much more work to do left at this point, but still, this is the part of the job where most of the accuracy is needed, where they'll sort of last 95 to 100% to get the repair looking as clean and flat as possible. So I'm happy with the repair at this point, and now you can see there I'm taking off the tester tape that's on the inside of the panel. Once that's all done, we are going to give this a bit of a polish. There's a few marks causing it from the knockdown due to the heat and the aluminium, so all we need to do, cutting compound on a polishing pad. Doesn't need to be anything in particular, just a nice cutting polish. We use the Cartec on this one. It's one of my favourites. Use it for pretty much everything. Quick wipe down, quick check, and then we'll see how it looks. So there is the finished repair. You can see dents all completely out, no high spots. The centre of the Bodyline is back up. The before and after show that you can see through the LED light. Really nice clean repair. So even on sort of sharp deep Bodyline damage like that, with the right access, the right tools, we can get perfect repairs. It's like the dent never happened. We've avoided a body shop job. We've avoided no filling, no painting. The original paintwork on this car is kept brand new. Being a brand new car, that's what you want. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.